The purpose of having this session is to basically help you understand what exactly your reporting needs are. So we are not promoting any kind of plugin over here. We are just helping the community so that, in case this plugin helps your organization, it is good. If it is not helping your organization, there are other plugins also available in the marketplace that you can search it out. I have been using this plugin for almost 2 to 3 years, and I find it very useful for myself. So that's why I thought of sharing it with my peers or colleagues or the community people, so that in case they are also interested, they can look at this plugin for their respective organization. First thing first, the name of the plugin is eazyBI. It stands for Easy Business Intelligence. So it's nothing but basically a BI tool, a business intelligence tool that will gather your data from your Jira. And there are other sources that you can use to import your Jira data into eazyBI. Uh, it's available for all the three hosting solutions. It's available for cloud, it's available for data center, and it's also available for server. You can find out by going to the new apps, and it's already available over there. So that's one good thing that I liked. It's readily available. You do not have to integrate it separately. It's directly available in your marketplace. And once you have installed the plugins under apps, if you see, I have this eazyBI plugin available. I can just open it directly and it will take me over here. Okay, so let's start basically what eazyBI is. We already understood. So how exactly we create reports, that's something I would talk about. What exactly are issues, what exactly are measures, what exactly are dimensions. We're going to talk about that as well in the coming few minutes. So as we understood that it basically takes the data from Jira and then it helps you create reports. But in hindsight, if you see, there are other data sources that also it can accommodate. So right now, if you see under my accounts, I have created two different accounts, one as a Jira owner, one as a demo owner. So these are basically my two different accounts that I'm using. Let's say I want to create a new account for myself. That's the first time I'm doing it. So I'll probably try to name it something. And when I try to create, it will basically ask me to add the source application. So when I add a source application, you can see it can import from your Jira. If you have a REST API, you can import from that. If you have an SQL database that you want to import your data from, it gives you an added feature like that. If you have a data stored in your Google Sheets as an Excel. So these are basically the different sources that you can add instead of Jira. These are the different data sources that it can basically take. So I have already added Jira. I do not have any other data source to add, but just want to let you guys know that if you in your organization, if you have any of these data sources available, it is very much user friendly to add that. One such data source I've added from Jira itself. So once I added it, you will get an options like users, source, analyze, issues, and demo. Users are basically, you can add your users, you can do your admin activity, whom you want to add to this, whom you want to remove, and what kind of access basically you want to give. You want to be an admin, you want to be a user, or just a viewer, or just a dashboard viewer. You can again customize all this so that if you, let's say you have created a report and you do not want anyone else to edit it again, that's one way of managing in terms of your admin activity. Another point is the source data. So if I click on here, you can see I have one project that's imported from Jira, one from REST API and one from SQL. So if I click on edit, it will basically give me an options, different parameters that I can use over here. So this is for REST API. I haven't added anything, so it probably is blank. I'll try to click here. So once I click on edit, it will give me options. So if you see, right now I have multiple projects that's listed over here, and I can start importing whatever the projects I require. Or let's say I only want probably one or two projects, I can uncheck all the projects that I don't need to import. Also, I can import different fields that are available. So I can import an epic, I can import sprint, I can import story points. So these are all the general fields that I can import. Now, if I go to custom fields, we can see there are all the custom fields that are available in Jira: root cause, start date, target date, end date, urgency, workaround. All these I can import. So I can import them as a dimension, measure, property. I can import any of them. I just have to say check over here, and then I will just say import. So once I click on import, it will start importing. Also, you can set the frequency. Let's say you want to import your data uh, once in a day. So what you can do is you can set a timing whenever it's non-business hours for you, so that every day the data gets replicated from Jira to eazyBI. One thing about eazyBI is when you import data, so it's not the exact data that you see in eazyBI, it's always n-1. So let's say if you have imported data probably on 30th, it will be somewhere around, the data will be somewhere around 29th of January. So that's how you can do import. You can import your fields, you can import your projects just with one click. And then when you click on analyze, basically over here you can start creating your reports. There are a few sample reports that are already created, and you can have a look and feel, and you can understand how these reports are created, so that if you want to create a report, these are probably the samples that are already available. I have created a demo report, a simple report for the demo purpose. So it is something like this, and it's available in table format, bar format, line, pie, and all this it's available, and it's just one click thing. So let's say I want to display this in table data in table format. I can just click on save and say okay, and then the next time when I open this report, it will be in table format. If I want to keep it as bar, I can just say save, and next time when I open this, it will display the data in this format. So that's about analyze. This is where you can create a new folders of your choice, and then you can start adding other reports inside those. And also you can export the reports. If you want, you can export the reports directly as well. If I open this, I have an option where I can download this report as well. So I'll go to table here. So we can say there are multiple options. You can download as CSV, Excel, or PDF. Now I'll go to dashboard. So when you have created a report, you can add it as a dashboard over here. Instead of going to reports every now and then, you can create a report, and then you can say new, and then you can give the name of the dashboard that you want to add, and then you can add the dashboard. So basically you can pick any of the reports that are available here. Let's say I want this report, so I'll say test, I'll give a name, and then I'll click on save changes. So right now if you see, I have the data will probably blank because I wouldn't have logged hours in my version. That is the reason. But that's an idea of how you can create a dashboards from the reports that are already available. So one such report is demo. Another one which I created is available here. So I do not have to go each time in folder and find out, where is my important reports that I require. Apart from that, if you want to schedule this report each day, you have an option as well. So you can click on email dashboards, and then you can select, okay, this is my dashboard, and when exactly do you need, on which date, which day you need. You can also schedule like this. So let's say you need it on 1st of the month probably. You can schedule it like that. What time you want the report, you can select the timings as well. And then once you have done, you can save this subscription. Once the subscription is saved, it will automatically start delivering the reports to you based on your criteria that you have selected. I can also restrict the report. So I can say, whom I want to restrict the report. I have the data roles as well that I can select, and I can restrict it. And then you can download as a PDF and a different ways that you require. So let's try to create a report first. So these are all the added functionalities that you have. You can add data from different sources. You can customize. You can add the fields that you need from Jira. You can import them, and then you can have it downloaded as per your requirement. So let's go to analyze. So how to create a report? We started off with that. So we have to click on analyze first, and then you can click on new reports. Once you click on new reports, you will have a blank report, something of like this. All you need to do is you So we need to first understand what are pages, rows, and columns. Anything that you need, let's say as a drop down, or you want to apply a filter over there, so that you can select items in that filter. That's when you would use the term called as pages, and these are the dimensions. All your data, all the data is stored in the dimension. These are the different dimensions that are available, and this you can import by going to the source data, which I explained previously. So now let's say I have added this, and now I probably want to add issue. So I will probably add the rows over here. Any data that you want, probably it will come up here. So if you see pages, I have added issue types, and if you see I have an option. Now I have a multi drop down option. I can select a single issue type, or if I want, I can select multiple, and then I can select multiple issue types. So anything that you want as a drag drop feature or a filter feature, you can probably drop it here. And then under rows, you will have your issues. And let's say if I go to measures over here, if you see I have different measures. So let's say I need different measures. I would then start adding different measures over here. I'll just add one of the measures. So let's say I need issue created date, updated date, status, reporter, saini. As soon as I click start selecting the measures, it will start appearing in a column format. So anything, the data that you want to display, basically, you would start adding as a measure, and it will start reflecting the data over here. So right now, if you see, I've added Android Kanban as the project. So now I have total 21 issues. So measure is nothing but it will tell you the value or the number of issues that you have. So if you see, there are 21, there are total 21 tickets in this project, and I have this their created date, updated date, issue status, issue reporter, assignee, sprint. So that's how I can create measures. Let's say I want to add another column, something called as resolution. I can drag drop it over here, and then I would have the resolution. Probably this would not be the best idea to drag drop it here. I can drag it drop it here to have a better view of it, or I can again switch this to resolution, and then I can have like this. So it all depends of the kind of reporting that you need. Basically, the drag drop features will help you get the reports that you require in a format that is. I can drag drop it over here, but now I will have a multi-select option. So I can now say, I just want to know how many issues are there, that are in done status for all these issue types. So I can have this. So I probably select single. You see, as soon as I change the issue type, the value of the report changed. So I was having more number of tickets. Now if I select more issue types, I will have more count. So this is in table format. Let's say I need the same data in terms of bar. I can have it like this. This probably would be difficult to understand. So what I can do is I can rotate the axis. I can say let it be a vertical. You see, with one click from the diagram being of like this, I have just selected as vertical, and I can rotate it easily. Now I want to understand how much, what's the value of the data these are representing. Instead of going to table each time and finding out, in the bar itself, I have an option called as data labels. I can just simply click on that, and it will start giving me the labels. So if you see, it has now highlighted the data labels over here. If I want to rotate the axis as well, I can do like this. So I have an option where I can swap the axis as well. If I want to increase the font size, I can increase the font size. I can make it large, I can make it small, I can make it medium, like this. If I want it stacked, I can do like this. Also, in Jira, if you want to do a total, it's not easy. Probably you would have to write a JQL, or you would have to use issue filter gadget, or you would have to use some gadget that will give you the count. But over here, if you say total, it will do the total of your rows and columns as well. You see, the total can be done in terms of rows. I'll probably try to zoom it for you guys. If you see, the total is also available. I can do the total based on rows. I can do the total based on columns. Everything is possible in this. If I want to freeze the header as well, I can freeze it like this. If the same report I want as a line graph, I can just simply select line and it will start showing me the report in terms of the line graph. If I want it as a pie, probably you can have it directly available as a pie. You just have to select the kind of reporting you need. If I want it scattered, or if I wanted like maps or a Gantt chart, I can have it like this. So that's basically an idea of how you can create a sample report. And once I click on save, I have an option to save it. If I want to keep this report private to me, I can just give the name and say private. And now when I click on OK and go back to analyze, you can see right now it's private. So apart from me, no one else will be able to access it. They can see the report, but there will be a lock option or a lock button that will be available, which means that it's a private report and you cannot access it. I just open a demo report which I have created previously. So over here again, if I want to rotate it, I can say vertical. I can say data labels. So the data labels are now clearly visible. Font size, I'll probably make it small. And again, if I want to rotate the axis, I can do. And if I want to do a total of rows and columns, I can do that as well. So in just one go, I'm able to do all this kind of reporting. I can have it as a bar graph. I can have it as a line, whatever, a pie as well. So pages, anything that you need to drag drop or let's say filter out, you can drag drop these dimensions in the pages column. Anything that you want to add as a column, probably you would have to use measures under the columns feature, so that whatever measures are available over here, you can start using it. So it is the measures are available for Agile as well as for your service desk. And one good thing about this, if you know the MDX language, you can create a new calculated measure as well. So you have an option to create a new measure for yourself in case you have knowledge of how the MDX language works, because eazyBI uses the MDX language to create a new measure. So if I click here, I would have an options to create a new calculated measure. That's again a separate and advanced topic. I would not go detail in that, but this gives you a flexibility of creating a new measure as well. Now, if I go to their sample report, so easy. Let's say you're creating a report from a scratch and you're not sure where to drag drop it. You don't have to worry about that. eazyBI have it covered for you. You can simply go to this website, or you can just search, or you can just type sample eazyBI reports, and over there you will be able to find out the different reports that are available. So all these reports are already given by eazyBI. So you can see for Agile, they have almost probably these would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 22 to 23 sample reports related to your Agile. And then for your forecasting, you have the sample reports. For Jira software, you have a sample reports. For time tracking, so you already have some sample reports that are available, which you can use it as a reference and try to replicate the same for yourself. So one good thing about this is you have the sample reports available, and then it really helps. Once you start using the sample reports, it gives you an idea of how you can drag drop your measures, or how you can drag drop your dimensions to which column, to which row, so that it gives you the same report that you required. I'll go back to analyze now. And one more announcement I would just like to make, that we would have 2 Atlassian swag codes, which will be given out to random participants as a matter of kind gesture from us, because you guys are also investing a lot of your time over here. So as a matter of kind gesture, we would be distributing 2 swag codes by the end of this event. Now let's talk about, and yeah, we'll be randomly emailing it to the participants. Okay. So let's go back to analyze. So I have created a report. Now how can I use it in my Jira? So I'll go back to my Jira and let's go to the dashboard. Let's see any of the dashboards. So I have 2 reports created over here now. If I go to my analyze, okay, I want to leave the page. I would say add gadget. So once you install this plugin and once you click on load gadgets, you have 2 different plugins that are available from eazyBI. One is the dashboard. So you can directly import the dashboard that you have created, or if you want to import any report that's available from eazyBI, you can do that. So one such gadget is also available. I'll just close it. So it's an eazyBI report, and I have created that report under the demo account. So I'll just go to demo, and this was my demo report. So right now, if you see, I have an option. I can export directly, and I can say automatically refresh, so that I do not have to worry about it refreshing every time. I can just say that, and then I can click on save. You see, the same report which I have created over here is now available directly in my Jira gadget. Same thing goes for the dashboard. I will select that. I think I do not have much data in this, so I'll probably select demo. You can do the same thing and can say save. So have it as a, and now over here I can start filtering out based on that. See how it is, how easy it becomes for you to just drag drop and have the data available in different formats. So you can say multiple, and you can do it directly from here itself. Same thing goes over here. You have an option, and if you want, you can change it like this. And if I want to download as well, I have a download. So you can see with one gadget, if you create a report over here directly, you can do all the operations in a single page instead of creating a filter, then saving it, then again going back to dashboards, creating a new dashboards, adding a gadget. So it's a bit of time taking, but if the plugin is available, if you have installed this plugin, once you have created a report over here, you can directly create the reports over here, and you do not have to go back to eazyBI each time to access this report. So these are some of the sample reports that are available. I'll probably try to create one more sample report. There are many reports that are available over here. Let's say you have a gadget for 2-dimension filter in Jira. The same thing can be done over here. Probably not in the same way, but you have an option where you can do a comparison of x-axis and y-axis and create a report in eazyBI and then import it in Jira directly. So let me try to create a priority report. Let's say I want to find out the priority of all the tickets that I have. So probably I'll say, okay, I want to find out the priorities of one. Good thing is you can directly search it here directly, and you can just select a check mark. I will use Agile. So you have to individually expand all the measures that are available. So there are few that are user defined, there are few that are predefined, there are few available in that. So let me select this. So it says all priorities. So I do not want all priorities. So as soon as I click here, I have an option to select the priorities. Do I want all priorities? Do I want high? Do I want medium? I can select in this, and based on the selection over here, it will reflect the data over here. So if I say all, it will give me all. If I say high, it will give me only high. If I want medium and low, it will say medium and low. So now if I expand this, so I have somewhere around medium 87, low 83, and lowest 76, out of which the resolved issues are 67, 58, and 56. Now if I want it as a bar, I can do like this. I can put a data label. First of all, rotate it for a better view. If I want the axis wise rotation, I can do that. If I want to increase the font size, I can do that. Make it. If I want it in line graph, I can have something like this. What else we can add? Probably if I want to add resolution. So based on the view that you need, you have to play around with this and find out, which one suits better. So right now selected as done. So now the issues only that are in done status will be showed here. And in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can feel free in the chat window if you have any questions, so that the organizers can take up that questions and they can let me know and we can discuss that. Let me go back to the different reports that are available. So if I go to sample reports, because many of the questions would be around from project managers or from product owners will be around the sample reports, the reports basically in terms of sprint or scrum that's available. So I'll just open few of the agile reports that are available, so you can have the sprint timeline in terms of epic or velocity chart or transition dates, or basically a burn down chart that's very much used in terms of Jira software. So I can select the different epics, and then I can select the different sprint boards that are available from this drag drop features, and this gives me a good view of that. So this is basically your sprint timeline. This is your sprint velocity chart. You can have all your projects listed over here. You can find out how many story points are resolved, what's the version release. So all this can be managed over here. You have sprint issue transition days. You can find out when was the in progress transition happened, when it moved to done. All those are pretty much possible over here. So you have the sprint date, sprint end date, and when it was in progress, when it was in done, based on the ticket numbers. That also can be created. And now this is a line chart basically, and this will gives an idea of burn down uh, in your sprint. So how much sprint issues are remaining, and what's your cumulative issues that are resolved. So all this are pretty much possible because we have different measures available. You can take it as a reference and try to create reports, and if you have any doubts, you can get in touch with me, or you can follow the sample reports that are available over here. And also once you have created a report, you have an option where you can subscribe to the report each day if you need, and then it will start delivering the results to you as an email template. If I want to remove the, let's say I want to remove this test, I can go to edit, I can delete it as well. So it's actually very easy. Just with one click you can import and export, and also you can import your scripted fields. Let's say you are using a script runner plugin and you have created some calculated fields which you want to appear over here. That also is possible pretty much over here. So you can import it from your Jira, you can import it from your APIs, from your external SQL database, or from your Google Sheets, or from your script runner plugins. Let me go to the advanced settings. This is basically where you would import your custom fields. And over here I can see I have 3 different accounts that I've created: demo, Jira, and test. And I can play around with the reports that are available. I'll try to add one more data source. I do not have any other data source, so I'll just probably try to add one data source just to show you guys how it can be done, how easy it is. So I'll say Jira because that's the only database source I have. Okay, it says cannot create duplicate. I'll probably try to remove it. Let's see. Let's say I want to remove it. I'll say delete. Let me delete this. And now I'll add a new data source. I'll use my Jira data source. And once I try to import it, again it'll ask me which project do you want to import. I can select any project of my choice, any values that I want to import as a property, as a measure, even your SLAs you can import. So in Jira, you do not have an option where you can find out your time to resolution SLA. It's only a clock that will display. But if you try to extract that one, it will not give you the values. So all this is readily available over here. And then I'll say import. So right now, see, it's importing all these projects. So it's going to take some time because there might be issues that are there. So based on the number of issues that you have, it can take some time. I think when trying to import, there are few fields that I probably didn't import properly. That is the reason it's giving me error. But I hope you get an idea of how you can do the import. And also, you can say you can have the data imported based on your JQL as well. You can find out you can actually limit your issues based on the project that you want to import. And when you're using your time dimension, there is a dimension called as time over here that you can use, and you can select your working, your non-working days. And when you're importing, you can select what user groups also that you want to import. And when you're importing, you can say whether you want to import the sample reports or not. I'll say probably it's better to import because you'll have some backup reports that are readily available in case you want to refer them. So let me try to open this. Let's see if I go back to analyze now and try to create a new report. So this is the time dimension I was talking about. And you have to keep the measures in under column section. It's not in hard and fast rule, but mostly if you see, the measures will be under column because you would need a column view. For that, it has to be drag drop under this. So it's a simple drag drop feature that you can. I just want to see if the data is imported or not. Yeah, I think the data, yes, the data is imported. Sometimes if the field is not imported properly, probably that's when you'll get that error message of what I received when trying to import. So when you click on the error message, it'll say cannot import custom fields with same display name time to resolution. So probably I would have to go to edit and I would have to uncheck that option, time to resolution. One advantage is definitely it's user friendly and it's easy to create reports. One disadvantage of this is it's kind of heavy plugin, so it eats a lot of space. If you're using it in cloud, you can't do much, but if you're using it on server and if you're using a VM, you can probably dedicate some extra memory to eazyBI so that it doesn't gives you trouble. So right now uncheck that option. Let's see if that error goes. And if you have a huge data, probably it will take some time. I think since I don't have much data in my Jira instance, it happened quickly. But if you have a lot of data, then probably it takes time. So it is always advised to set the import during your non-business hours, because in case the plugin is importing the data, it can cause your Jira to slow, or it can cause performance issues if it's uh, not having an extra memory that it requires. Okay, so now it's imported. The array is also gone. So that's how you can import the different data sources if you have. Okay. That's pretty much from my end. I would take the questions now if you guys have any. Uh, that was all that I wanted to share it with you guys. How you can use this plugin, how you can import, and how you can create reports basically, and how you can schedule it, how you can add it to your Jira dashboard. So that's it from my end. I would, if you guys have any questions, please
Yeah,
let me
thank
know.
you,
Yeah,
Ashish,
Subramanyam.
for this wonderful session. I hope the participants are feeling value added with this session and they have some key takeaways. And the way you structured your content, like starting with what are my issues and how do you import the data, how do you analyze various reports, as well as how will you conduct a project and what kind of reports project for sprint planning is really like spellbound. I think that is one key point that people have a key takeaway, and the way you structured the plugin as well as how you are putting the data, right? Like in terms of showing the properties and the measures.
Yes.
That's really very good. That's really good, Ashish. And dear participants, please ping on this chat window whoever wants to talk to Ashish or wants to raise a question or query so that we will unmute them. Either Sanjay or Rupam or Chris or Hari, Sapna, anyone, Vijay. Thank you, Christian. So we still have 15 more minutes for this session to be ended. So like feel free to ping me on the chat window so that I will unmute them.
I just pick one question from Chris. He's asking, is there a way for attendees to seek knowledge after this session? You can, we'll share the slides as Subramanyam mentioned, and you can refer to that, sorry, video, or you can refer to those videos. And if you have any more questions, you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to Subramanyam, and we can, help you out in that terms. I'm available on Instagram, so you can connect with me on
Uh,
Instagram.
yes, Ashish, you may
Subramanyam as
ping
well.
your handle on this chat window so that they can follow you or they can connect.
So that's my Instagram handle. And if you have any email questions for me, you can email me on this, and we can connect it.